belted salwar. Let us look at the objectives of this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to stitch a belted salwar, make bottom cuff with stiffening and decorative finish. The tools and materials required for stitching a belted salwar are cut components of salwar, canvas of dimension 0.05 meters into 0.90 meters, matching color thread, machine needle number 16, sewing pins, tailor's scissors, straight pins, iron box. The style features include a gathered front and back along with a decorated bottom. Let's now look at the procedure for stitching the salwar. The cut components of the salwar consist of 4 side panels, 2 center panels, 2 belts. Join straight sides of side panels with center panel for both leg parts. Make ease stitches 1 centimeter below upper edge of stitch leg pieces and make bottom cuff with stiffening. Match center front and center back of leg piece and belt. Adjust the width of the leg piece with belt piece by gathering the fabric between the marks. First gather, then pin the belt to the leg piece and set additional gathers for adjustment in the same operation. Stitch with double seam. Repeat the process for other leg. Stitch inside leg lengths. Join crotch by double seam. Cut excess material from the bottom seam allowance. Finish by making a fold-down casing at the top of the belt. Prepare a tying string of 1 to 1.5 centimeter width from balanced material. Length of string must be at least 15 centimeter longer than belt girth. Finally, press the garment. Now, let's learn about making decorative bottom cuff with stiffening. Cut 2 strips of canvas or stiffening material. The size should be the width of the bottom plus 5 centimeter for shaping and seam allowance with a length of 5 centimeter. Cut 2 pieces of cloth from remaining fabric. The width is same as the canvas. Length is 7 centimeter. Place canvas piece over a strip of cloth on wrong side at a distance of 1 centimeter from each long edge. Turn 1 centimeter cloth over canvas strip and stitch 5 millimeter from edge. Place the bottom strip over the bottom of the leg panel with the right sides together and stitch. Now, turn the bottom strip towards the underside. The wrong side of the panel will match with the wrong side of the strip now. Stitch from the right side at the upper edge of the bottom strip. Decorate bottom with different decorative stitches with fashion maker machine. Or draw design on the cuff and stitch it with straddle machine. Let's recap the key points discussed. Join the straight sides of side panels with the center panel for both leg part. Create a bottom cuff with stiffening. Match the center front and center back of the leg piece and belt. And adjust the width of the leg piece with the belt piece by gathering the fabric between the marks. This brings us to the end of the session. Hope you have gained a good understanding about the stitching of ladies suit part 2, stitching a belted salwar. See you in the next session. welcome to the session on Stitching of Ladies Suit Part 3, Drafting of Kameez. Let us look at the objectives of this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to draft and cut the kameez paper pattern, prepare master pattern, lay and cut the required components of kameez. The required tools and materials for drafting a kameez are 2.6 meter into 0.9 meter of poplin fabric, brown tracing paper, tailor's chalk, plastic ruler, tailor's scissors, measuring tape, L scale, French curve, tracing wheel, straight pins. Let's learn about the procedure for drafting a paper pattern for kameez. Lay a brown sheet vertically along the length of the drafting table. Fold the brown sheet widthwise into equal halves so that its wrong sides facing upwards. Draft the pattern to match the marking 0 to 1 with the folded edge of the brown sheet. Let's learn the drafting of bodice front in detail. Mark from point 0 to point 1 equals the full length and 3 cm, which is for the dart. Mark from point 0 to point 2 is the bust by 4 minus 2.5 cm. Mark from point 0 to point 3 is the natural waist. Square out from points 2, 3 and 1. Mark from 0 to 4 equals the shoulder divided by 2. Square out from 4 and mark 5. Mark from 2 to 6 equals bust by 4 plus 2.5 cm. Square down from 6 and mark 7. Mark from 7 to 8 and join points 6 and 8. Mark from point 1 to point 9 equals bust by 4 plus 10 cm. Mark from 9 to 10 equals bust by 3 and join 10 and 8. Mark from 10 to 10A equals half of the points 8 to 10. Mark from 10A to 10B and shape 8, 10B and 10. Mark from point 0 to point 11 equals bust by 12. Mark from 4 to 12 equals bust by 36. Join 11 and 12. Mark from 0 to 13 equals bust by 8 plus 1.5 cm. Then square out from 13. Square down from 11 and mark 14. Mark from points 14 to 15 and join points 11, 15 and 13. Mark from point 5 to point 16 equals 1/3 of 12 to 5. Then square out from point 16. Mark from 16 to 17 equals 1.25 cm. Then join 12 and 17 and divide angle points 16, 5 and 6. Mark from 5 to 5A equals 1/3 of points 6 to 5. Then shape 12, 17, 5A and 6. Mark from point 5 to point 18. Mark from points 0 to 19 equals points 3 to 20 equals bust by 12 plus 1.25 centimeter. Join points 19 and 20. Square up and down from point 20. Mark from point 19 to point 21 equals bust level. Mark from point 21 to point 22. Mark from points 20 to 23 equals points 20 to 22. Mark from points 20 to 24 equals points 20 to 25. Mark from point 6 to point 26 equals bust by 8. Mark from point 21 to point 27. Mark from points 26 to 28 equals points 26 to 29. Mark from point 18 to point 30. Mark from point 30 to point 31 equals bust divided by 12 minus 1 centimeter. Mark from point 30 to point 32. Mark from points 8 to 33 equals points 8 to 34 equals bust by 12. Let's learn about the drafting of bodice back. Mark from point 0 to point 35, which equals bust divided by 8. Mark from point 12 to point 36, which equals half of 12, then to point 5. Mark from points 5 to 5B equals half of points 5 and 6. The back armhole shape points are 12, 36, 5B and 6. Let's learn about the drafting of sleeve. The sleeve should be marked from point 0 to point 1, which equals sleeve length. Mark from point 0 to point 2, which equals bust by 4 minus 2.5 centimeter. Then mark from point 2 to point 4, which equals bust divided by 12 plus 2.5 centimeter. 1 to point 5, which equals sleeve bottom by 2. Mark from point 4 to 6 equals half of points from 4 to 5. Mark from point 6 to point 7. Mark from points 0 to 8 equals bust by 24. Then join points 4 to 8 and divide it into 4 equal parts. Then mark 9, 10 and 11. Mark from point 11 to point 12. Mark from point 10 to point 13. Mark from point 9 to point 14. Then give back shape 0, 14, 13, 12 and 4. Mark from point 4 to point 15 equals bust by 24. Mark from point 15 to point 16. Mark from point 8 to point 17. Mark from point 18 to point 20. Mark from point 19 to point 21. Then give front shape 0, 21, 20, 16 and 4. Let's learn about creating master pattern. Allowance has to be added to the cut paper pattern for seam allowance, turnings, hems, etc. Neck, shoulder and armhole allowance is 0.75 centimeter. Bottom turning allowance is 6 centimeter. Placket portion at backside on left hand is 4 centimeter. For the sleeve top, allowance is 0.75 centimeter. Turning allowance is 3 centimeter. Cut notches at required markings. For layout and cutting, lay the kameez fabric open on the cutting table with its wrong side facing. Mark the outline of all the components of kameez. Remove the master pattern and cut the fabric components. Cut notches at dart markings to set their positions. Let's recap the key points discussed. Draft the kameez pattern with marking 0 to 1 aligned to the folded edge for symmetry. Cut the prepared paper pattern along designated line and draw the master pattern. Lay out fabric. Arrange master pattern. Mark outlines and cut fabric components, adding notches for accuracy. This brings us to the end of the session. Hope you have gained a good understanding of the stitching of lady suit part 3, drafting of kameez. See you in the next session. Hello, welcome to the session on stitching of lady suit part 4, stitching of kameez. Let us look at the objectives of this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to stitch and finish neckline with facing, stitch kameez with side darts and waist dart, cut the facing and attach it to the square neck. The tools and materials required for stitching a kameez are 2 hooks, matching color sewing thread, machine needle number 16, hand needle, sewing machine, tailor's scissors, sewing pins, iron box. Let's look at the style features of the kameez. The front part should have a side dart and waist dart to shape it well. The back part should have a waist dart. The neck should be finished neatly with facing. The kameez should have a side slit for style. And at the waist seam, there should be an inseam placket. Let's learn about the procedure of stitching a kameez. The cut components of kameez are 1 front bodice, 1 facing piece and 2 sleeves, each accompanied by 1 facing piece, baste and stitched darts, and press side and side darts towards waistline and waist darts towards center back and center front. Finish the neck with facing. Stitch front and back side together, leaving slit opening on both sides and inseam placket mouth on left side on marks. Trim the edges of side seam with tailor's scissors, leaving placket opening. Prepare the inseam placket. Press open the side seams. Finish the slit and bottom by hem. Finish the sleeve bottom by hem. Stitch the side seam of sleeve. Set the sleeves in armhole. And trim the edges with tailor's scissors. Now, let's learn about the neckline facing. Take two pieces of cloth, each measuring 16 by 22 centimeters. Cut from the same fabric used for the kameez for the facing. Use excess material from layout. Fold each facing piece in center widthwise and work with one piece first. Set the folded front neck of kameez upon one folded piece together with folded edges of both pieces. Mark the neck shape and the slope of shoulder line on the facing. Copy the neck shape on facing at a distance of 4.5 centimeter. Cut on inner and outer shape and unfold the facing piece. Repeat the whole process with back neck on other facing piece. Stitch the shoulder seam of kameez and facing strip separately from the wrong side. Press open the shoulder seam of facing strip. Press seam allowance of kameez towards back. Turn the outer raw edges of facing strip by 1 centimeter towards wrong side and stitch at a distance of 0.5 centimeter. Pin the facing strip congruently on the neck of kameez. Join right side of kameez and facing strip. Take care to ensure that the shoulder seams match before basting them together. Stitch around the inner neckline at a distance of 0.75 centimeter. Clip all the corners diagonally, leaving 2 mm from seam edge. Fold the facing upwards inside the neck and top stitch all around very close to the edge of neck shape. Stitch only on facing and seam allowance. Fold the facing on the line on neck shape on the wrong side. Set the seam, press, baste and hem it. Let's recap the key points discussed. Baste and stitch darts and press side and side darts towards waistline and waist darts towards center back and center front. Finish the neck with facing. Stitch around the inner neckline at a distance of 0.75 centimeter. Stitch ladies' kameez. This brings us to the end of the session. Hope you have gained a good understanding of the stitching of ladies' suit part 4, stitching of kameez. See you in the next session. Hello, welcome to the session on practicing different types of layout using the given pattern. Let us look at the objectives of this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to make the fabrics ready for layout. Practice on different types of pattern layouts. The required tools and materials for practicing different types of layout are tailor scissors, iron box, cutting table, meter scale, measuring tape, pattern weights, 3 meter of plain poplin fabric, 3 meter of printed one-way fabric, pattern set of different styles, sewing pins, pin cushion, 1 brown sheet. Let's make the fabrics ready for layout. Place the fabrics on the cutting table. Check the end of the fabrics. The ends should be straight along crosswise direction and perpendicular to the selvedges. If not, cut the ends straightly with the sharp scissors. Check the perfection of the grains of the fabrics. If not, make the grain perfect by stretching method. For that, stretch the fabric at 450-degree angle on both right to left and left to right directions to make the grain perfect. Check the fabric that without any wrinkles. Otherwise, press the fabrics with an iron box to make them without creases and wrinkles. Now, let's learn about the open layout type for pattern layouts. Place the poplin fabric right side up on the cutting table. Ensure that the fabric on the table is in straight condition. For that, ensure the selvages of the fabric are parallel to the edges of the cutting table. Take one set of patterns and check whether all the pieces are available. Place pattern on the fabric. Start from one end of the fabric. The patterns should be laid out on the grains. That means in warp direction of the fabric weave. Place the main and large patterns with wider ends at the cut ends of the fabric first. Place the small pieces in the gaps of the large pattern pieces. Use sharp pins or weights to keep the patterns stable on the fabric. Take care to lay the patterns to the directions indicated by grain line marks. Check the grain lines of the patterns are parallel to the selvages of the fabric. To ensure this, measure with the help of a scale. Adjust the pattern so that both ends of the straight grain line are the same distance from the selvage. Then, pin the pattern to the fabric along the grain line arrow. Carefully place the patterns by laying the pattern pieces close together. Measure the lay length of fabric consumption with the help of a measuring tape from one end of the fabric. Measure the end of the patterns that are placed last on the other side of the fabric. Try to do different layouts and note the lay length. Finally, select one pattern layout which gives the minimum fabric consumption. Remove all the used pattern pieces. Let's learn about the lengthwise center fold layout type, off-center lengthwise fold layout type, and lengthwise double fold layout type. Fold the fabric down the middle parallel to the selvages so that the selvages come together to get lengthwise center fold layout type. Use another set of patterns and follow the steps used in the open layout method. Fold lines of the patterns should be kept on the folded edges of fabrics. Next, take a new set of patterns. Make the fold of the fabric off-center and parallel to the selvage to get the off-center lengthwise fold layout type. For off-center lengthwise fold layout type, first make the pattern layout of this type. Fold both selvages of the fabrics so that they can meet at the center of the fabric width to get the lengthwise double fold layout type. For crosswise center fold layout, first fold the fabric center crosswise and practice the layout to get the crosswise center fold layout. For directional layout or one-way layout, place the printed one-way fabric on the cutting table. Follow the open layout method, but place all the pattern pieces in the same direction for getting directional layout or one-way layout. Let's recap the key points discussed. Ensure the fabric ends are straight and perpendicular to the selvages. Place patterns on the fabric, aligning them with the warped direction and grain line marks. Different types of layout such as lengthwise fold, off-center lengthwise fold, and lengthwise double fold layout type. Consider directional layout or one-way layout for printed one-way fabric to achieve specific design outcomes. This brings us to the end of the session. Hope you have gained a good understanding about practicing different types of layout using the given patterns. See you in the next session.
Hi trainees, welcome. In this session, we'll be learning about the ergonomic principle of sitting on sewing machine. At the end of this session, you'll be able to know about the sewing machine, list the major parts in sewing machine, and describe the correct sitting position. Let us get started by knowing about the sewing machine. Sewing machines are available in a variety of different styles and configurations, and most are operated using foot pedal. Most sewing machines are capable of creating a variety of different stitches, including specialty stitches such as buttonholes. Sewing machines draw thread from two sources to create a strong stitch in fabrics and accommodate heavy-duty fabrics with the right choice of needles. Sewing machine needles are available in different lengths and thickness to accommodate different applications. Sewing machines in various models such as domestic model, tailor model, industrial model, portable model, and cabinet model are available in the market. When you buy a sewing machine, select one that is made by a well-known manufacturer. The sewing machine may be operated by hand, treadle, or electric motor. Good work can be done in a hand machine, but it is slower than a treadle, which leaves both hands free to manipulate the fabric. An electric sewing machine is ideal, being less strenuous and quicker to use because the hands are free to manipulate the fabric. Most of the parts are common in all sewing machines. Each machine has a machine head and machine bed, while the stand and its part is a typical feature of the treadle sewing machine. The parts of the head are tension nut, tension disc, eyelet, thread take-up spring, thread take-up lever, thread guide, needle, presser foot, needle plate, slide plate, needle bar, pressure bar, stitch regulator lever, stitch regulator lock screw, bobbin winder thread guide, bobbin winder, balance wheel, spool pin, needle clamp, presser foot screw, feed dog, and face plate. Tension nut tightens the tension on the discs in the tension unit that the upper thread goes through. Tension disc is a simple mechanism where two concave discs are put together with the convex sides facing each other. The thread passes between the two. The tension of the thread is adjusted by a spring and a nut, which increases or decreases the pressure on the disc, that is, the thread. Thread take-up spring lets out the thread being pulled by the hook and relieves the strain on the thread. Thread take-up lever is fitted to the body of the arm, which receives its up and down motion from the front. There are two functions of this lever: to feed the thread to the needle, to tighten the loop formed by the shuttle. Thread guide holds the thread in position from the spool to the needle. Needle. Sewing machine needles are of various types. Needles are selected according to their application. The sizes mainly depend on the structure of the fabric and the sewing threads used. The upper part of the needle is called the shank. The lower part is called the shaft. One side of the shank is flat and the other side is round. On the round side is the groove, which guides the thread while forming the stitch and protects it against excessive friction. Presser foot is attached to the presser bar and it holds the cloth firmly in position when lowered. Needle plate or throat plate is a semicircular plate with a hole to allow the needle to pass through it. Slide plate is a rectangular plate that can be slide open to remove or insert the bobbin case. Needle bar is a steel rod which holds the needle at one end with the help of the clamp. Pressure bar holds the pressure foot. Stitch regulator controls the length of the stitch. Some regulators can be set to stitch in reverse. Bobbin winder thread guide enables to wind the thread to retain some tension while winding the bobbin. Bobbin winder facilitates the winding of thread on the bobbin. Some are made to stop automatically when the bobbin is full. Balance wheel rotates the upper drive shaft for machine operation, which causes the needle and hook to move in a manner that produces stitches. Spool pin holds the spool of thread. Needle clamp holds the needle in place. It can be loosened and tightened when removing and attaching the needle. Presser foot lever is a lever attached to the presser bar for raising and lowering the presser foot. Feed dog consists of a set of teeth fitted below the needle plate. It helps to move the cloth forward while sewing. Faceplate is a removable side cover which gives access to the oiling points on needle bar, pressure bar and thread take-up. Bed is the flat portion of the machine and beneath is the feed dog where it is mounted and the shuttle and lower thread are placed. The stand carries the bed and the head of the sewing machine. It consists of drive wheel, belt guide, drive wheel crank, pitman rod, treadle and legs. Drive wheel drives the balance wheel through the belt. Belt guide, an indentation in the drive wheel that keeps the belt in place. Drive wheel crank turns the drive wheel. Pitman rod, a metal rod that connects the treadle and the drive wheel crank. Treadle, foot-operated platform used to run the machine. Legs, used to support the stand. Now let us learn about the correct sitting position while working in a sewing machine. Have a look at the pictures for the proper and wrong seating position. Don't hunch your shoulders or bend forward towards the machine. Center your body while seated in front of the sewing machine needle. Sit tall in a neutral position, natural S-shaped spine and relax your shoulders. While stitching on machine, light or window should face you from the left side. Height of the stool or chair should be according to the body height, that is, while stitching, the upper body should not be blended. Don't sit on the edge but on the middle of the seat. Take care that your clothes don't touch the machine. Set your feet in right position on the treadle. Set the belt on flywheel and treadle wheel. We have reached the end of this session on ergonomic principle of sitting on sewing machine. By now, you should be able to know about the sewing machine, list the major parts in sewing machine and describe the correct sitting position. In this session, we will be learning about speed control. At the end of this session, you will be able to know the single needle lock stitch machine, explain the major parts of single needle lock stitch machine and their functions. Lock stitch machine is the common machine used in domestic tailoring and industrial production. The stitch is formed by interlocking two threads. This machine is distinguished by the winding device provided from the bottom thread, bobbin thread. The properties of lock stitch are: it does not ravel, similar appearance at top and bottom, very limited extensibility, can be started and finished at any point on the fabric surface. It is mainly used for women garments and for very limited operations in the knitted garments. It has two threads, one is needle thread, other is bobbin thread, forming the stitch by interlacing. The specifications of lock stitch are: similar stitches formed on both sides of the fabric. Thread consumption between needle and bobbin is 1:1. Bobbin thread to the bobbin should be refilled frequently. They have bobbin cases and hook set. Used for non-stretchable portions like collar, cuff, pocket, etc. Stretchability of formed stitch is 0.4%. There are two types of lock stitch machines, single needle and double needle. Parts of the motorized lock stitch sewing machine are presser foot lever, thread take-up lever, needle bar, presser foot, needle, presser spring regulator set, knee lifter, power switch, motor, accelerator, back tack lever, stitch regulator, thread winder, balancing wheel, side glass and thread tension. To maintain the motorized lock stitch sewing machine, after each use, the lint and the dust must be removed. Cover the machine when not in use. Periodic oiling and greasing should be done. Take particular care of the electric power cord and plug and have them repaired at first sign of problem. The major parts of sewing machine are needle bar, presser foot, thread retainer, pretension, machine pulley, reverse stitching lever, finger guard, bobbin winder, thread take-up lever cover and belt cover. Now let us have a look at the function of each part in the sewing machine. Needle bar holds the needle at one end with the help of a screw. It is a moving part to form stitches with the needle. Its main function is to give the needle its motion. Presser foot is a shoe-shaped component fixed to the bar to hold the cloth while sewing. Thread retainer is small hook through which thread runs directly to the needle in a vertical direction. Pretension is used to make threading easier and prevent the thread from coming out at the sewing start position. Reverse stitching lever is used to stitch the fabric in reverse direction. Machine pulley is a rotating part connected with main shaft and motor with the help of belt. Bobbin winder winds the thread several times around the bobbin and thread should be wound evenly onto the bobbin. If not, there may be trouble in stitching or unevenness in stitch tension. There are 3 safety devices in the sewing machine. Finger guard is a safeguard to prevent the finger going under the needle. Thread take-up lever cover avoids the accident during sewing. The window glass is placed in a machine. Belt cover helps to prevent the accident during sewing. The belt has cover. We have reached the end of this session on speed control. By now, you should be able to know the single needle lock stitch machine, explain the major parts of single needle lock stitch machine and their functions.
नमस्कार, मैं दिव्यांशी चौहान।
नमस्कार, मैं भगवती जबनाल। आप सभी का सीएससी कड़ी की तीसरी चर्चा में आपका स्वागत करते हैं।
हमने अभी तक बात की सीएससी सेवाओं के बारे में, जिसमें त्यागी सर ने हमें सीएससी का एक ओवरव्यू दिया। साथ ही हमने बात की पीएमजी दिशा योजना के बारे में।
अभी तक हम सुनते आए हैं